We will get started. So, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy to see so many of your beautiful, bright faces. Um, I think we'll start off today by just really settling in. So, what does that mean to you? Do you want to lie down on your back and maybe bend your knees and let your knees, bring your feet out wide, let your knees come together? Do you want to lay over a bolster? Do you want to find a wall? Just get really comfortable and see what that means to you. But do find something to support you, whether it's a blanket beneath you or a wall behind you or the floor. And as you settle in, what I want to talk about a little bit is the idea of being the calm in the midst of the storm. Right? We had a storm this week, and it was a pretty amazing storm. And I love snow for a little while, and then I have to start to really look for the gifts in the snow as I start to navigate through it, having to go about my daily life. But there are a lot of gifts. It's really beautiful. But it makes me, think a lot about how our lives are and how things change so quickly, right? The snow falls, and all of a sudden, something as simple as running to the store to get a bag of spinach turns into something it's a big deal, something that's difficult, maybe even impossible, right? And so many things like that happen in our lives as we move through our lives. We're so used to, our comforts and our habits and our routines, and then something comes in and creates chaos, throws us off. It could be a snowstorm, it was the COVID lockdown. It could be something like a death of a loved one, right? Or a loss of a job. One phone call can change everything. So how do we stay anchored in our place of calm and our place of trust? How do we stay steadfast in the belief in all that we practice? Right? How do we trust that even this is part of our path? So for me, it begins in my mind, right? Really noticing where I focus my mind. As soon as the snow starts falling, do I start to worry about my loved ones that are driving? Sometimes. Or do I notice the beauty of the snowflakes? Do I practice staying in the moment when my mind starts to throw all of this information at me about what could happen? And I've learned to have conversations with my mind over the years, right? I'll notice the first thoughts that pop in because I think for a lot of us, the first thing that pops in is worry. It's just how the human race, for the most part, not everybody, is wired. And so I have this conversation with my mind. My mind will say, uh-oh, this is happening. And if this happens, then this will probably happen. And that'll probably happen. And I stop and I go, yeah, you're right. That could happen. And also this could happen or this could happen. And I start to introduce into my mind different scenarios, right? Good things that can happen. And I kind of broaden the perspective of my mind because my little mind is always trying to protect me. And it uses its knowledge of what's happened in the past, the things that it's learned. It's very, very limited. It doesn't have a wide perspective. And so it's my job, just like it's our job to, teach loved ones, teach children, teach other people the things that we know that maybe they don't know. It's my job to broaden the perspective of my little mind, of my ego mind, right? To remember that there is so much more than what has already happened in my life. That what's happening right now in this instant, good, bad, or indifferent, is just a blip in time. And then there's always a next moment and a next, and things always pass. My heart remembers. My mind does not always remember, right? When something is happening that's a little scary or it doesn't even have to be scary. It just has to be something that is unknown, that I don't know how it's going to turn out. My mind starts going all over the place. My mind says, oh, this is forever. This is going to be bad. And my heart says, calm down, be gentle. This too shall pass. We don't know what's going to happen. Just be. So when I start to feed in the energy of different possibilities, it starts to dilute that fear, right? It starts to make space for me to begin to cultivate a sense of calm, to start to root back down into the moment, to anchor back into my heart. to trust. And there are people in this world who are just so naturally calm, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows someone they could think of that's just calm, right? And that person is kind of like this anchor. It's somebody that we look toward. It's like, the shade in the middle of the desert. We are kind of drawn to them because they kind of bring this energy that automatically, just being in their presence, allows us to feel a sense of calm and peace. So my goal is to continue to try more and more to be that person, to be the shade in the middle of the desert, to be the hope in the middle of the chaos. To remember that everything in life is a matter of perception, right? It's not really about what's going on, it's how my mind receives what's going on. So think about that and how you can maybe incorporate that into your day. Look at your life. How can you become more of the calm in the midst of the storm instead of getting swept away by the storm? Take a few deep breaths here. And then wherever you are, just for a few moments, take your hands and place them palms facing the chest, feeling the beat of your heart. And truly connect to the beat of your heart, the rhythm of your heart. Focus so intently on finding that beat, that rhythm. And then focus on the flow of your breath, the expansion on the inhale, the release on the exhale. As you fall into your breath and you fall into your heart, maybe you'll notice a sense of calm moving around you, through you. And then let those palms come together as you make your way up to a seat if you're laying down. And we'll all meet in easy sitting pose. Hands at the heart. Opening with Om Namo, Gurudev Namo. Nice inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Pause, receive. As the vibration settles over you, continue to allow your focus to be searching for that calm in the center of your heart, that anchor, that flow of breath. Moving together into our next chant, Ad Gare Name. We'll do it as a celestial communication chant. If you're not sure of how that goes, keep your eyes on me for the first round. Ad Gare Name 3 times together, beginning at the heart. Ad Gare Name. Jugad Gare Name. Sad Gare Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gare Name. Jugad Gare Name. Sad Gare Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gare Name. Jugad Gare Name. Sad Gare Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Taking it all in. Feeling a sense of calm and peace. Moving through every cell of your body. Noticing any place that you're holding tension. And right here, right now, let it go. Notice your neck, notice your jaw, notice your fingers. We call on the vibration of protection and peace, but do we allow that vibration in? Is there room? Is there space? Relax and let it in. Then inhale deeply, prayer up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Navel center, pelvic floor, up, 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 squeezing everything. Exhaling, fingertips journeying wide through your own auric field. Gratitude for you, for your essence. Fingertips to the earth. And gratitude for all of the support around us. As you open your eyes, we're going to move into a meditation, a breath meditation. I'm going to spotlight my beautiful model, Margie. And we're going to move into a beautiful, really sweet breath meditation that I love. If you've been in my class this week at all, you've done it. It's the meditation for a calm heart, right? So when we start with calm in the center of our hearts, if that's our anchor, then when things are swirling around us, we can close our eyes, we can go inside, we can take our left hand and place it flat against our heart. We can bring our right hand up. We can take our pointer and our thumb together in Gyan Mudra. Relax the elbow against the ribs. Close your eyes. And then very simply begin to inhale through your nose. Really inhale so that your chest rises up. Hold that breath in gently, as long as you can. Let the rest of your body relax. Feel your shoulders relaxing down. Every muscle in your body relax as you hold that breath in. When you feel like you're ready to release it, exhale completely. As your navel squeezes back towards your spine, exhaling completely, hold that breath out. Body relaxed. Hold it out as long as you can. And when you're ready to inhale, inhale, and continue to breathe that way. Making sure that you're not forcing or squeezing or holding anything. Relaxing your body and allowing that inhale and retention. And that exhale and emptying. This breath, to me, reflects the flow of our lives. Things come and they fill us. We take them in and we hold them, but we relax around them. And then we let them go when it's time for them to go, and we create the space for the next amazing chapter to enter. So continue to breathe that way. A very soothing pranayama practice releases anxiety, promotes a sense of overall calm, mental clarity. Expanding our heart, expanding our lungs. Creating a very still point at the center of the heart. Awareness of your breath. And on the next exhale, after you've held, return to your natural breath. Take a few natural inhales and exhales. And then inhale both arms wide out, palms facing up. Exhale, bring your palms up overhead. Let your fingertips meet, palms facing down. And then bring that down through your whole chakra system. And as your fingertips meet your lap, inhale wide again. Bring your palms up, out. Fingertips touch overhead. Press down and just keep going. Your eyes can be open or closed. Beginning to really stretch open as your arms come out to the sides. And create some tension as you press down, as if you were pressing down on something that was giving you resistance. Inhaling and exhaling. I revisit this book very often. It catches my eye every once in a while, and I'll grab it. It's called Courage and Contentment by Guru Mai. She is a beautiful, beautiful yogi who hasn't really been around in a while. I think she's still in body. I'm not sure. But she talks about the idea of steadfastness, right, and about courage. And I'll read you something in a moment. The next time that your arms come up overhead, stay there, stretch up. Take your right hand, let it fall over to the left side of your head. Let your left arm come down to the floor. And then just begin to stretch your right ear towards your right shoulder, pressing with your hand. Stretch and breathe here. Inhale both arms up and move to the other side. Back up. On your exhale, let your fingers come to your shoulders, thumb behind, four fingers in front. And just start to sway, inhaling to the left, sway, exhaling to the right. Flexing your spine from side to side. So she says that life sends us countless invitations to embrace our courage, right? Because it takes a lot of courage to be the calm in the middle of a storm. Could a baby stand up and take its first steps without courage? Could a child enter a schoolroom full of strangers for the first time without courage? Could a young adult go for his first job interview without courage? And doesn't it take a courageous heart to sit beside an elderly person who is dying? Even the quietest, most sedate life obliges you to call on the courage of your heart, not just once, but many times. Life compels you again and again to ascend to uncharted territory. No one can do it for you. You must have courage within. It is your courage. Come to stillness. Inhale those arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you. And just for a moment, begin to move your chin so that you're looking over your opposite shoulder. And then inhale your chin back so that you're looking over your twisted arm. Yep. And then inhale your arms up to the sky, move to the other side. And she talks about the idea of being steadfast, of what that means. Bring that chin over. And back. Inhaling the arms up. And exhaling hands to heart. You're going to move your hands into a mudra now. It's called Garuda Mudra. And you're going to take your right hand, cross it over your left, palms up, and then you're just going to interlace your thumbs. So it's going to be almost like wings. I don't know if you can see that. Right. So you're actually going to take your hands, both palms up, cross your right over your left, interlace the thumbs, so you have these little wings. So Garuda is the eagle that Lord Vishnu rides on, and Vishnu is the preserver, right? He's like the god of steadfastness. He reminds us of our foundation, right? He helps us to preserve the energy of now. Take that, bring it to your heart, and then just start to move your elbows and your shoulders up towards your ears and back down. Keeping those thumbs connected. The wings of an eagle. And come to stillness. Let those hands, those Garuda hands, rest on your heart. And just begin to twist left, twist right, twist left, twist right. Nice gentle twists. So she says that steadfastness literally means adhering firmly and devotedly to something. You become fastened to something, you become established in it. It implies that you're dedicated, intent, and faithful, that you're unswerving, unflinching, and undistracted. And on the spiritual path, steadfastness has even more meanings. It is the attainment that makes all other attainments possible. Right? So steadfastness, really, really believing in all of these teachings, really, really being willing to dive into your heart no matter what you're feeling, and stay there and sit there. Come back to center. Release the mudra. You're going to come on to hands and knees, moving into tabletop. Do some very deep hip rolls once you get there. So in order to be steadfast in our beliefs, and all of these yogic teachings that we hear in class all the time, it takes our attention and our devotion to being aware of what our mind is doing. The mind thinks so many thoughts go in the other direction. All the time, there's so many thoughts that bombard us, but are we just moving through life automatically, or are we noticing the thoughts that knock us off of our center? And when we do, can we do what I talked about before? Replacing those thoughts. Our emotions and our thoughts, they set off this energy, these neurons in our brain. Come to stillness. Curl your toes. Shift your hips and lift them up to the sky. And bend deeply one knee and then the other. As you come to center, you're going to step your right foot forward into the outside of your right hand. Plant your left arm, right arm up to the sky. Twisting and opening. You got it, yep. And bring it on down. Place both hands inside of your right foot. And then either stay here or begin to come down to your elbows. Bring your knee down to the mat if you'd like. Just opening up a little bit. So your back knee can either be off or on the mat. If your knee is on the mat, come on up, bring it up. If you're on your forearms, come back to straight arms. Step that right foot back. Come down to your knees. Press back into child's pose. So can you, when you notice those swirling thoughts, can you replace them with other thoughts? Can you say to your mind, yes, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to say that can't happen. But so can this or this or this. Moving back again and again and again into that place of recognizing that there are so many different possibilities and that we just don't know what's going to happen next. Right? So these neurons that fire when with our thoughts and our emotions, what happens is so they make these recordings in our brain. And so if at the same time something happens in your life, and then if the thought is accompanied by an emotion, fear, then every time something similar happens, then fear and panic are going to go hand in hand because that's the neural pathway that you have created. So when we start to recognize those, we can change our reactions. We can be a little bit more gentle. We can remind ourselves there's nothing to be afraid of right now, right here. Begin to walk yourself back up. You're going to come back onto all fours. Back to downward facing dog. Pedal those feet. And stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Planting the right hand, left arm up to the sky. Opening up, twisting. Inhale. Exhale. Let the left hand land inside of the left foot. And again, take that stretch. Either stay right there or you can come down to the forearms. Your knee can stay up and move down to the mat. Opening up, creating space. Finding a sense of calm. If you feel stuck, breathe into the place that you feel stuck. Find some relief. Now, if your knee is on the mat, lift it up. If your forearms are on the mat, press into your hands, come back to straight hands. This time you're going to step the back foot forward. Finding yourself in Uttanasana, forward fold. Place one hand on each shin. And then just begin to bring your seat down as though you were coming to sit. Bending your knees, bring your seat down a little. And then rise back up. Do that a few more times. Down, rising back up. The next time that your hips reach up to the sky, stay. Release your hands to the mat. Bend your knees a lot. Bring your arms forward as if you were reaching for someone across from you. Take a breath here. And then come up halfway. Take a breath. Rise all the way up. Arms up overhead, legs straight. And then keeping your hands parallel to each other, palms facing each other, just start to swivel and nice big hip rolls. Really swivel and sway. Use your open arms to kind of guide you like wings. Bring your whole body into it if you'd like. Swiveling and swaying and dancing and moving. And as you come to stillness, let your arms come down to your sides. Take a peek at your feet. Make sure they're parallel to each other. Bring them about hips distance apart. Lift your toes and then plant them down. And then bringing your focus to your hands, you're going to touch your pinky and ring finger to your thumb. Your middle and pointer finger are going to stay straight. Prana mudra. So this is a beautiful mudra to give you an extra shot of vitality if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like you just can't take another step emotionally or physically. Bring your hands into this mudra. Feel a sense of connection as the fingertips touch. Maybe notice the energy of vitality, of energy moving up your arms, into your heart, into your mind. And then keeping your hands in this mudra, begin to swing your arms backwards and then forwards. Really swing them. Inhale as your arms swing back. Exhale as you move forward. And the next time your arms swing up, stay there. Arms reaching up, still in Prana Mudra. Exhale, fold towards your feet. Bring your arms all the way back. Inhale, rise up. Swing your arms forward. Let them bring you up like wings. And continue to do that. Exhale, fold forward, arms all the way back. Inhale, rise up as your arms swing forward. And the next time that you swing up, stay there for a moment. Twist your body slightly to the left, and as you exhale, move down toward that left leg. Arms coming up behind you, just like you were doing. Inhale up. Twist over to the right. Do the same thing, and just keep going, alternating. A little bit of a twist. Subtle shifts in our body shift our energy. Subtle shifts in our mind shift our energy. We can find that point of calm in a moment if we can shift our consciousness. Right? It snowed countless times in my lifetime, and sometimes a lot. And I think on 2 occasions, we had a loss of power for any length of time. The next time that you come up to center, let your hands come to your heart. Pause, feel. So my mind, when it starts to snow and they're saying 2 feet, my mind doesn't think of all the hundreds of times that it snowed and nothing happened. My mind goes, remember when you lost electricity? The stuff in the refrigerator is going to go bad. And it goes down this whole long list. And it's really interesting when you think about that, right? How many times has a situation occurred and nothing happened, but yet the mind grasps to protect from the 1 or 2 times that it actually happened? We can shift that. If we're steadfast in our devotion to shift our perception, then we can be that calm in the storm. Take another deep breath here. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive down. As your hands touch the mat, bend your knees a lot. Left foot back, right to meet it. Do a little dance here, whatever that means to you. You can bend your knees, you can circle your hips, you can do a little cat-cow. And then when you're ready, knees down, nice and wide, big toes together, moving back into child's pose. In child's pose, bring your arms forward, palms facing up. Take your thumb and let it rest in the mound underneath your ring finger. All four fingers straight. This is called tattva mudra, and it's the mudra of the true self. Connects you to that unchanging, pure essence of who you are. It's like the auto dial to the divine. Thumb touches the mound of the ring finger, and all of a sudden, the divine answers the call. Yes, hello, what can I do for you? She rises up from inside of you. Feel the essence of peace and calm as you connect with the divine. Your steadfast devotion to remembering who you are. Breathe long and deep. And as you release the mudra, palms down, slide forward onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead. And just begin to shift your hips from side to side. Just rock your hips, let your head remain down. Your legs and your feet can move with your hips. Come to stillness. And begin to bend your right knee, bringing your heel up. Take your right hand, reach back for your right ankle, a little thigh stretch here. Release. Move to the other side. Release. Come on up into Sphinx pose, forearms on the mat, fingers pointing forward. Take a long, deep breath. And then another. Take your right hand and begin to thread it underneath your left elbow. Then begin to move your left arm over to the right of the mat. Kind of giving yourself a hug, the elbows crossing. You can stay here or you can let yourself lower down. Folded wings. One of my favorite shoulder stretches. Breathe, release, feel. And then slowly start to unwind. back to where you started, then move to the other side, threading the left under the right. Another breath. And then unwind again. From here, begin to pull your hands back towards your upper ribs. Energetically move your legs toward each other, pressing your toes, the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, come on up into Cobra. Exhale back down. And just keep moving up and down a few times, pressing up and down. And the next time that your head touches the mat, stay. Bring your arms to your sides. So your fingers are pointing towards your toes. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift everything up. Chest, head, legs, up, up, up into locust. There you go. Exhale down. Bring your arms straight out in front of you. And then the same thing. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, everything up. Hands, legs, arms, chest, everything. Exhale down. Pause and feel here. Just going to read something to you. I choose to shine. What is within us appears before us. When I think like a cactus too long, I am all of a sudden a cactus. I am in the desert. I'm without water, and not even the one I love can touch me. So I think like the sun instead, and nourish the growth of all with my light and my warmth. The power of the mind. Slowly begin to come back up, pressing yourself into child's pose. Pause in child's pose for a moment. And slowly make your way up to a seat. You can put some blankets underneath you. We're going to do a chant meditation. It's called the Guru Gobind Singh Shakti Mantra Meditation. And it's a meditation to guide the mind into a state of ecstasy, to remind the mind just how extraordinary it and you are. So you're going to sit comfortably, and your eyes are going to be closed and concentrated at your brow point. Your hands are going to be in, where are your hands going to be? Just in Gyan Mudra, thumb and forefinger on your knees. You're going to inhale, and with the breath in, you're going to chant in your mind, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru, 2 rounds. And then you're going to exhale, inhale again, 2 rounds, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru. So we'll do a few together, and then I will be quiet. Nice and comfortably, eyes closed, Gyan Mudra. Eyes at the brow. Inhale. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru. Exhale. Inhale. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru. Exhale. Inhale. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe, Wahe, Wahe Guru. Exhale. And continue at your own pace. Finding your own rhythm. Diving into your anchor. Hypnotizing yourself into ecstasy. On your next exhale, maintain the mudra, release the mantra, normal, natural breath. Once again, feeling that blanket of calm moving over you. A sense of rooting so deeply into all that you know to be true. A calm mind, a calm heart supports us in moving through anything that life brings to us. Courage is born in a field of calm and peace. When you're ready, open your eyes, make your way to your back. Once you get there, let your legs come up to the sky. And then open your legs in a wide V. You can use your hands to support your outer thighs if you like. Start to circle your ankles. And bring your feet back toward each other. And then let both legs move slightly over to the left. and then to the right, left and right. Let your left leg float to the mat. Take your hands, interlace them behind your right thigh. Your left leg can either be flat on the mat or bent. Just begin to bring your toes towards your nose. Just right toes towards your nose, any amount. Release, right leg floating down to the mat. Left leg up to the sky. Interlace. Bring those toes towards your nose. Exhale your left leg down. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Reach inside, bringing that left leg up, that left thigh up, coming into pigeon pose on your back. If you want, you can use your right elbow to press that right knee away as you use your hands to pull the left thigh towards you. Release your arms out to a T. Bring the sole of the right foot down to the mat on the left, coming into a spinal twist. And come back to center. Send both legs up to the sky. And then switch sides. Right foot plants, left ankle on right knee. Reach in. Pulling that right thigh towards you, pressing the left knee away. And arms out to a T. Left sole to the right side of the mat. Spinal twist. Coming back to center. Both legs up to the sky. Both arms up to the sky. Letting your shoulders, your lower back relax. Bending your knees into your chest. Squeeze into yourself. Rock from side to side. And then settle into Shavasana. As your legs come out long, your arms float to your sides, palms open. Begin to bring your attention to the center of your forehead. Imagine a gentle, warm point of light right in the center of your third eye. In your mind, watch as that point of light moves from your third eye to your right shoulder, feeling a sense of warmth and calm and peace, moving along with this point of light. And then watch the point of light make its way from your right shoulder to the inside of your right elbow. And all the way down to the tip of your right middle finger. A sense of peace and calm moving through your entire right arm. And then watch the point of light make its way back up, touching the inner right elbow, the right shoulder, back to the third eye, over to the left shoulder. Sense of total calm and peace in the left shoulder, following it to the inner left elbow, the tip of the left middle finger, and then back up again, touching the inner elbow, touching the left shoulder, back to the third eye. And in your mind's eye, watch as this point of light becomes a gentle waterfall of bright light moving down through your entire body. A gentle waterfall of energy moving across your skin, through your cells, your organs, all the way down to the soles of your feet, marinating in a sense of calm and peace. To all that is chaotic in you, let there come silence. Let there be a calming of the clamoring, a stilling of the voices that have laid their claim on you, that have made their home in you, that go with you even to the holy places, but will not let you rest, will not let you hear your life with wholeness or feel the grace that fashioned you. Let what distracts you cease. Let what divides you cease. Let there come an end to what diminishes and demeans, and let depart all that keeps you in a cage. Let there be an opening into the quiet that lies beneath the chaos, where you find the peace you did not think possible, and see what shimmers within the storm. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your arm, to your fingers, your toes. Stretch your arms and your legs. And bring the soles of your feet, palms of your hands together. Just begin to rub. And then gently rock up and down on your spine or roll to your right. And we will meet. Comfortable seat, palms together, heart. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Please join me in sealing our practice with a long Sat Nam. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Sliding your thumbs to the space between your brow, dropping your chin into your own calm, compassionate heart. Be loved, believe, be true to you. Sat Nam.